I've always enjoyed cantucci, but I got tired of traditional flavors like anise. I made fig and walnut for a while and Parmesan dark chocolate, but eventually started coming up with my own and haven't looked back since. I've raised a few eyebrows in my time because many people have the proper flavors of things fixed in their minds, and they're always the recipes that have existed for centuries. I say those recipes were limited to locally sourced ingredients, but now that we can travel to the other side of the planet in one day, order obscure ingredients online and receive them within a week, and receive a complete education in cuisine with these supercomputers we carry around in our pockets, I think it's time to rethink our cantucci. Some cookbooks have a recipe, and variations on the following pages just say, instead of almonds, substitute the dehydrated caviar of a narwhal. But that annoys me when I'm cooking and have to smudge the pages with my greasy or sticky or flour-covered fingers trying to flip back and forth because I've forgotten the next step. Or I try to turn the page with my elbow and end up with maple syrup on my forehead. So, since that probably happens to you too, I'm putting the entire recipe, with a few changes, on each variation. Now, it can be difficult to get the size and shape of the loaf right, so this is a great method. Cut 2 pieces of parchment paper and use a ruler to draw 2 8x3-inch rectangles, one on each page. Be careful not to press down too hard with the pencil and tear the paper. Grease the baking sheet and place the paper on it to hold them there, making sure to put the pencil marking side down. You don't want the graphite on your cantucci. Then, it's a lot easier to sculpt the dough into consistent shape and size. It will be very sticky, and when you're getting the last of the dough out of the bowl, put more flour on your hands to mold the loaves into shape. Gloves do not work at all. You need bare hands with flour to keep the dough from sticking. Another thing, baking has to be precise. Many other types of cooking allow you to take artistic license, but baking is not one of them. Normally, I don't measure ingredients. I sprinkle seasoning until the spirits of my Italian ancestors whisper, "Enough, my child." But do this while baking and nothing will ever work out. Also, Antigua, Guatemala is 5,500 feet above sea level, so if you're at a lower altitude, you might want to decrease baking time by 20% and or decrease the heat 15 degrees to 25 degrees Fahrenheit.